Donc, good morning, Stella. Bonsoir. Aujourd'hui, nous allons commencer avec la partie vocabulary and notations. So we are going to start today with the part vocabulary and notation. So the first thing we are going to see is what is integration. So to be very simple, in my way of defining integration, I would say integration is simply the process of finding. It's simply the process of finding. Wait, let me take. It's simply the process of finding a function, capital F of x. Finding a function, capital F of x, from its derived function, small f of x. So generally, if you are given, for example, a function, let's say f of x equals to 3x squared plus 3. You are asked to find the integral of this function. Basically, what they are asking you to find is a function capital F of x that was being derived to obtain this small f of x. That's basically what they are asking you to do. So if you are asked to find the integral or the primitive, yes, the integral of this function, what they are basically asking you to do is that you should look for a function capital F of x that if you derive, you are looking for a function capital F of x that if you derive f prime capital F of x, you will obtain what? Small f of x. That's basically what they are asking you to do. Look, if you are asked to find the integral of small f of x, they are basically asking you, find that function capital F of x that if you derive, you will obtain what? Small f of x. That's basically the definition of integration. Somebody in some textbook, it's also called reverse differentiation. Yes, reverse differentiation. The reverse of differentiation, pardon. Integration is also termed the reverse of differentiation. In some textbook, it is called the antiderivative of a function. So in some exercises, they can, instead of saying find the integral of this, they can ask you to find the antiderivative of this function. You understand? So to resume things, integration. If you are asked to integrate a function f of t, for example, what they are simply asking you to do is that find a function capital F of t such that if you derive this capital F of t, you obtain what? Small f of t. That's basically what they are asking you to do. That's basically what they are asking you to do. Find, if you are asked to integrate small f of t, they are basically asking you to find a function capital F of t such that if you derive, you obtain what? Small f of t. So that's the basic definition of integration. That's in fact the simplest way for me to explain the term intégration. So on se voit dans la prochaine vidéo afin de continuer avec la partie vocabulary and notation. Dans la prochaine vidéo, on va voir, n'est-ce pas, we're going to see what's the difference between definite and indefinite integrals. Okay, let's take ourselves in the next video.